Hey guys, what's up? Today I got a battle. This is a UU match against Sue Project. And looking at his team, I'm going to go ahead and lead with Heracross. I didn't really have much to lead. I wanted to lead with Arrow, but the thing is he has a spinner because of him on top. Potentially. Yeah. And I'm thinking Victini or Raikou might lead because Choiced. And Victini would be alright, but Raikou would be really bad. And Empoleon would also be really bad. So I didn't want to lead with Aerodactyl. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Heracross. I figured it'd be a little unpredicted. And if he did lead with his Empoleon to get rocks up immediately, I could easily crush that. But he's going to lead with a Raikou. And he's going to go for the Volt Switch and judging by the damage, I'm pretty sure he is Scarfed. And so I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. I'm going to go for the sub, and he's going to switch out to a Victini. He can't V-create, well, he can V-create me if he wanted to, but he just, lowers defenses. And so he's going to go for the Zen Headbutt. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, and that's going to hit and do quite a lot of damage. Not as much as I kind of wanted it to, because I kind of wanted it to kill, but, I'm lefty, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I switch out to Shaman, because my physical wall, and I'm pretty sure he's Choice Banded, and he's not going to use V-create, so I'm pretty sure he's Choice Banded. And that Zen Headbutt doesn't really do much. So I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here. And I kind of wanted to go back to Heracross because I'm like, he's probably going to switch to this. But, that would have been nice. But, that's fine. So I go for the Seed Flare. I'm pretty sure he has the Ice Beam. Most of them do, especially since he's Analytic and not Trace. But I figure I can take one, and I do. The only problem is he freezes me. So my plan, was to take a hit, do some damage, Leech Seed, and then protect as he tries to Ice Beam me again, and then switch out on the recover. Thing is that doesn't happen because he freezes me. So I'm going to switch out. He's going to switch out too to get rid of the Leech Seed and go into his Raikou. As I go to my Chandelure, he's going to go for the HP Ice, predicting me to switch to Flygon. Thing is, this Chandelure is actually specially defensive with Will-O-Wisp, and I was kind of predicting him to Volt Switch out to anything but Victini, really. Yeah, but he doesn't, and I burn him, and he switches out. He's going to go to Empoleon. Unfortunately, even if I had, Flamethrower, it wouldn't really matter. But my only attack is Shadow Ball, so that's not going to do much against this. So I'm going to go for the Taunt, because he has leftovers, and that Shadow Ball did, absolutely nothing. I'm pretty sure he's a specially defensive Pokemon to go with his Porygon 2's defensive set. So I taunt him, can't rocks. I'm going to switch out to Shaman because Scald is fairly obvious. And it's going to burn me, which I'm pretty sure is going to screw me over because the thing is, I'm like, maybe he won't have Ice Beam, but he stays in, so I'm like, okay, he definitely does. But I think that little bit of extra burn damage causes me to get killed by this Ice Beam. I'm not sure, I'll have to calc it, but again, it's sort of, I don't know, I think so. But, yeah, I shouldn't have. Really, I should have went for the Protect. Without the burn too, I could have went for the Protect. I wouldn't have taken damage. I would have gained from lefties, and he would have seen if he had Ice Beam. But I go to Flygon. I'm going to U-turn out, predicting him to want to switch to either his Hitmon top or something else to take the Earthquake. I don't know. But he doesn't. He stays in and goes for Stealth Rock. So I go to Aerodactyl, knowing that I can live any hit. I'm going to go for the Earthquake. He's going to hang on just barely. And then go for the Scald. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I got a Focus Sash. I'll live the hit. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rock because I can't really spin them because of Chandelure. But he burns me and I end up dying. So, yeah. This was pretty annoying because this meant no rocks. And as I said, he might have had Foresight on his Hitmon top. But the thing is that, yeah, Chandelure can sort of deal with Hitmon top. But I go to Heracross. Just going to close combat. Just, get rid of him. That's fine. I didn't want to overpredict again, and he just stayed in, just seeing if I would maybe. He goes to Raikou. I'm going to have to switch out because my defenses are dropped, and even if they weren't, he'd still kill me with a Volt Switch. So I go to Chandelure, and he's going to go for the Hidden Power again, predicting my Flygon to switch in. But, as I said, Chandelure's Special Wall, it can take these hits. I mean, its special defense is 90, and its defense is 90 as well. So it's not horrible, But I go for Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, he's going to go into his Porygon 2, which is, yeah, I didn't want that to happen. But it makes sense since he knows I have Shadow Ball. I'm going to taunt him so he can't recover or Toxic me. But he goes to the Discharge and gets the status on me, just like he's been doing all game. So that's really annoying. He's going to go for the Ice Beam, predicting me to switch once again to Flygon. And I'm just really not interested in going into Flygon, to be completely honest. But the main problem with being paralyzed is that I can't outspeed him when his taunt ends and prevent him from getting a recover. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go for the Pain Split here because I don't want to switch out and have anything take a hit. Like, I have something that can take an Ice Beam and something that can take Discharge, but not anything that can take both. So here I'm going to go to Flygon because I'm fairly certain he'll want to just discharge now because he's going to like die soon if he doesn't discharge. And yeah, and he does. So I get the safe switch in on Flygon. I'm going to go for the Earthquake. You know, it's a safe option. The main reason I did that though is because I don't want to outrage because I don't want to get locked in because as I said, Raikou's scarfed. He can outspeed me with an HP Ice. And B, Hitmontop can still take my Outrager, so I don't want to be locked in at all. So go to Empoleon on this Kingdra. I know Earthquake's obviously not going to kill him. Unfortunately, that Outrage does a lot. And, yeah, he's not even, like, Life Orb or anything, so I don't know what item he is, but, yeah. So, as I said, I don't want to lock myself into Outrage. Earthquake won't kill, so I'm going to go to Heracross. I have to play off the chance that he's going to hit himself in Confusion. Fortunately, he doesn't. And I'm like, well, I'm screwed. So I go to Flygon. I'm like, maybe I can kill him with an Earthquake. And, yeah, no, I don't. But he is going to hit himself in Confusion this time, which is excellent because that means I'm not going to just flat out lose this battle to a Dragon Dance Kingdra. But he switches into Raikou. He's been predicting around my Flygon all game, so I figured now he'd predict me to switch out because I definitely need Flygon and go for the Thunderbolt or something. But I actually outspeed him because he's a neutral speed nature, probably Rash to be the event with Shadow Ball, and he's using an HP Ice IV set that reduces speed by 1 instead of using, I think it's or it's like 30 attack, 30 special attack, and that's ice, or 30 attack, 30 defense, something like that. And as such, it's actually a speed tie, and I win it, and I beat him. He goes into Hitmontop. I'm going to switch to Chandelure because I can't do anything to him, really. And unfortunately, I'm like, if I Shadow Ball and he Sucker Punches, I'm dead. So I'm going to Pain Split, because that's a lot of juicy health to get. But he switches out to his Victini. So what I should have done here is actually switch out to Flygon. I had a chance to live his Zen Headbutt. It would have been a small chance, but it was my best chance of winning. The thing is, though, he could have went back out to Hitmontop, and the same thing would have happened. So it wasn't much of a chance to win. Basically, at this point, all I can do is like hope that I get a crit, because that's the only way I'm gonna be beating him. But I'm not gonna get it. I'm at -1, and yeah, that's just not gonna happen. He's at -1 now, so I do a little bit more damage, but I'm not going to kill him because close combat would 2-hit KO me from what health I was at regardless. It was like min 150-ish damage, so I think it might have been no, I think it was like 49. So it was like, yeah, 150 min damage. But anyways, whatever. 2-hit KOs me, and I end up losing the battle. So hope you guys enjoyed the match. And it was pretty cool, just kind of annoying. Because it was like, I was worried about the Hitmontop kind of all battle with like my Flygon. I'm like, I can't do anything to it. And then halfway through, I'm like, he's not playing as Hitmontop like he should. Maybe his Hitmontop's like a priority abuser, like technician one. And then when he came in with Intimidate, I'm like, okay, no, never mind. He's definitely Rapid Spin. So yeah, like I was saying, if I had gotten those rocks up because I didn't get Scald burned, he could have spun them. But he had close combat, probably Sucker Punch. Didn't have Stone Edge. So he might have had Foresight with Rapid Spin, or it could have been like Rest or Mach Punch. I don't really know. But it would have helped me with Victini, basically. But anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I'll see you all next time.